Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is February 27th, 2024, and La Liga's president Javier Tebas has shockingly agreed with Joan Laporta in regards to La Liga's title race. Also, Real Madrid and Athletic Club de Bilbao have lost their lawsuit against La Liga. And finally, the CTA, or the Committee of Referees, internally believe that the referee for the match between Real Madrid and Sevilla ended up succumbing to the pressure as a result of Real Madrid TV videos. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag, and if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links for kit bag and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, we'll begin with the news that La Liga's president Javier Tebas shockingly agreed with Joan Laporta in regards to La Liga's title race, because today Joan Laporta, during a conference, some kind of business conference that he was attending, he was hounded by reporters where they asked him whether he truly believed that Barcelona had a shot at the title race. And Joan Laporta said that yes, he believed that there is still La Liga left, or in other words, meaning that Barcelona still had a shot at winning La Liga title race. Now, of course, this is not anything shocking. Laporta is Barcelona's president, so of course he's gonna believe that. But what's shocking about this is that La Liga's president Javier Tebas, a big-time Barcelona hater, actually agreed with Joan Laporta when he said, "Of course there is a title race. Barcelona have very good players, young and with a great projection. If we look at the last 5 games, be careful that they don't get back on top." So Javier Tebas agreeing with Joan Laporta that there is still a La Liga title race left. Of course, I imagine he said that because as La Liga's president, it's in his best interest to promote La Liga, and saying that La Liga title race is over, of course, would not be in the best interest of the Spanish league, because otherwise, why would people bother watching? So I imagine that's why Javier Tebas said it. But otherwise, it's very interesting to see Javier Tebas agree with Joan Laporta. But more importantly, it's very interesting to see Javier Tebas actually saying good things about Barcelona. So I guess I'll take it. Now, I've talked about this in the past. In my opinion, I believe that Barcelona perhaps could have a shot at the title, but only if they continue playing well and building upon a success they had against Getafe, because otherwise there's no chance that Barcelona could win the Liga given their past performances. So we're gonna have to wait and see whether the match against Getafe was a turning point for Barcelona, whether they can continue building on that success and improving their form, or whether that was just an odd exception like previous exceptions against Real Betis and Royal Antwerp. And speaking of La Liga title race, Barcelona have a very difficult upcoming match during this weekend, which will be against Athletic Club de Bilbao in their home stadium at San Mamés. And of course, that's a very difficult stadium. And now it's being reported that Barcelona will not be counting on one of the players that they were hoping to count on, which is Ferran Torres. Now, Ferran Torres got injured towards the end of January in the match against Osasuna. He's been on the sidelines for almost a month, and as a result, he's missed the last 5 matches of Barcelona, including the first clash, or the first leg of the Champions League round of 16 against Napoli. And Barcelona were hoping that Ferran Torres could be fit, or that was what was initially reported, that he could be fit for this weekend, but it's now being reported that Ferran Torres will not be ready for the match against Athletic Club de Bilbao, and instead he will be coming back the following weekend, which is when Barcelona will play against Mallorca. So this is definitely an important loss for Barcelona, given the very good form that Ferran Torres was having before his injury. And for now, the plan will be for Ferran Torres to arrive at 100% for Barcelona's second clash against Napoli, which will be played in Barcelona on March 12th. And speaking of Athletic Club de Bilbao, on to the news that Athletic Club de Bilbao and Real Madrid have lost their lawsuit against La Liga for the CVC deal. Now, for those of you who don't know what the CVC deal is, I talked about it a lot when I first started the channel. It's pretty much a deal that Javier Tebas worked out. It's a deal where the CVC fund, which is an investment fund, agreed to pump 2 billion euros into La Liga cash in exchange for 10% of the TV rights of La Liga, and this was an agreement that was done with the majority of the first and second division clubs of La Liga. So instead of each club selling their own TV rights to someone and for exchange for money, all of them agreed to sell 10% of their TV rights to the CVC fund, again in exchange for 2 billion euros that was distributed amongst all these clubs, and the deal is good for 50 years. Now, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Athletic Club Bilbao, amongst other lower division teams, did not agree to this deal. Barcelona specifically did not like that the agreement was for 50 years. They thought it was too long. They also thought it wasn't enough money. So Barcelona rejected the deal. They ended up activating their own economic levers. They sold part of their TV rights, but only for 25 years, with Barcelona retaining the option of buying those TV rights back earlier. So they don't have to wait until the 25 years to get those TV rights back. But anyways, it was Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Athletic Club Bilbao, amongst other clubs, that rejected this deal. And then Barcelona, Real Madrid, Athletic Club Bilbao, and the Royal Spanish Football Federation filed a lawsuit against La Liga, claiming that this agreement was illegal and it violated the club's rights. Now, eventually, the Royal Spanish Football Federation and Barcelona withdrew from this lawsuit. In fact, I reported about that when it first happened. I even criticized Joan Laporta for doing this. I said, why is Joan Laporta doing this? We need to go after Tebas with all of our force. Of course, at the moment, I also said that I understood the position of Laporta because, after all, Barcelona's fate was in the hands of Javier Tebas as far as accepting the economic levers, as far as accepting the registration of the players. But now that we have hindsight, it seems that Joan Laporta made the correct decision, because today the court in Spain dismissed the lawsuit of Athletic Club Bilbao and Real Madrid against La Liga, saying that the agreement was legal, so ratifying the agreement and saying that the club's rights were not violated. Now, because Real Madrid and Athletic Club Bilbao lost this lawsuit, they will now have to pay money to La Liga. They're going to have to pay the cost of the trial, so all the money that La Liga spent on attorneys, on court fees, etc. Both clubs will have to pay all of that back. So I guess hindsight 2020, it's a good thing that Joan Laporta pulled out of the lawsuit, because otherwise Barcelona would have also been ordered to pay money. And given the club situation, it's a good thing that Barcelona withdrew and they're not going to have to pay that money to La Liga. Now we will end today's video with the bombshell news that Adrián Sánchez revealed. He's a reporter out in Barcelona, but he revealed from internal sources at the CTA that the CTA, or the Committee of Referees, believe that the referee in charge of the Real Madrid and Sevilla match ended up succumbing to the pressure as a result of the Real Madrid TV videos. Now, the match between Real Madrid and Sevilla took place this past weekend when Real Madrid won 1-0 with the late goal of Luka Modric. And the referee in charge was Isidro Mera de Diaz. Right before the match, Real Madrid TV began publishing videos criticizing that referee, making him out to be as a bad referee who was out to get Real Madrid. Of course, this is something that Real Madrid TV have been doing all season. Whenever a referee is assigned to one of Real Madrid's matches, they immediately start publishing videos through Real Madrid TV, criticizing that referee to put pressure on that referee. And so far it has worked, because we've seen Real Madrid benefit from so many refereeing mistakes during the season. And while this time they made a video about Isidro de Mera, or Isidro Diaz de Mera, I'm sorry, I always confuse his last names, but they made a video about Isidro right before the match between Real Madrid and Sevilla. In fact, I reported that Sevilla ended up filing a complaint with the Royal Spanish Football Federation for harassment. And during the match between Madrid and Sevilla, the referee ended up getting injured, and as a result, the fourth referee had to take his place. Now, I also reported that Sevilla now have a legal alternative, or a legal outlet, where they can ask for the whole match to be replayed, because it turns out the fourth referee who took place of Isidro in the match did not have the license to be a first division referee, so Sevilla could technically ask for the match to be replayed. But anyways, what the CTA are now believing is that Isidro ended up succumbing to the pressure, because there was so much pressure on him from the video of the Real Madrid TV, with Sevilla filing a complaint, with everybody talking about him, with all eyes on him to see how he was going to perform. And as a result, they believe two things. Either number one, he got injured because he was so tense, he was so nervous. Of course, that medically speaking, it is true. When you play sports and you're very, very tense and your body's producing a lot of stress hormones that can affect your muscles and that can cause injury. Or the second thing that the CTA believed, that maybe Isidro didn't even suffer an injury to begin with, and that he ended up faking an injury because he just could not take the pressure, because again, all eyes were on him, especially since Real Madrid had published those videos right before the match. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.